Well, her last.
Do it anyway. Okay, 6:40. Together.
Okay, so Jerry and Dennis were no's.
Correct.
Here. I'm here, Diane
Here.
is here, Nancy and
Barely,
Nancy
but
are here, Rob is here, Don Edwards, no, Ellie is no.
Sometimes she comes a little late, though.
Yeah, well, we'll allow her in if she comes.
Okay.
What time did we call the meeting to order? 6:14?
Correct.
Never been to Dublin, is it fun?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's as good as any European city, and not so big. It's nice.
Huh.
I'm just noticing the home rule charter on the town webpage is as amended November 2022. See if it really is.
Should say 2024.
It should. Yeah. It's
On
useless.
on their page.
On the website.
On the town's page.
Diane, would you just tell me again the next meeting so that I
think it's
know
next
we
week,
planned-
right?
Next
Yeah.
next Tuesday at the library at 6.
But I mean, what are the dates of them? Was there an October 28th meeting you want to try to get a
Yeah.
place?
That's
There
all.
is?
said.
Okay.
10:28 is the
I have to be
library.
a stickler, but do you mind if we just hang out
10:28 is the
minutes so we can stay
library.
in order?
Yeah.
Then it'll make it easier for me to.
Did we have, I'll get the agenda.
Yeah, I guess we had a call to order, then approval of the last week's minutes, and then general admin items and updates.
Well, we didn't get much done last week, or 2 weeks ago, aside from talk about the budget but not come to any conclusions and rue the fact that we don't have everybody that we'd like to have here.
Right. So we have the 28th next week at the library. And then I have November 4th
Yep.
here at the senior center.
Okay.
Okay, so next week's a special meeting then, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
technically, I guess. And at the senior center on the 4th.
I still haven't gotten guidance back on how to amend the regular posted, so I'm just gonna,
I have November 18th
Figure out
at
a
the
way to
senior
do it.
center.
Correct, November 18th at the senior center.
The 25th at the library.
25th at
November
the
18th is the
library.
senior center again?
Yes.
Okay. And then what?
25th at the library.
And that's another special meeting, I guess.
That's, we're trying to get everything, as much done as we can. Then December 2nd at the library.
Okay.
And we're done on the 4th,
Yeah,
right?
and
Or
so
5th?
I don't know if we'll even meet the 2nd, because if we can get, hopefully we can get some proposals together. I can get before the town council at the end of November, and, or if it has to be the beginning of
So-
December.
so was there one on November 4th also?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, and that was where?
senior center.
Okay, so
November
that's
18, senior
five meetings
center.
left?
currently scheduled.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I can tell you now, the 25th, I won't be here,
So
of
November?
November.
That was a-
I'll make the 28th and the 4th, and the 18th.
Yep,
But the 25th, it's just too close to Thanksgiving, and
Yep. and you're hosting.
I'm home.
You had mentioned that, yeah.
At
I understand,
the,
so maybe we talk
church,
about that
so
one as we get to the
It's
nearest one
just,
prior.
I'm running around like crazy by then. And the 2nd I should make.
You having us all over?
Huh?
All of us at your place?
No, unless you go to the church and
Oh.
you're homeless, or
Oh.
you're
Okay.
elderly, or you need,
Oh.
I'm elderly. I qualify.
Well, I can get my senior discount, so does that count?
Okay, so I'm gonna note that we took topic 3 out of order, which is general administrative items and updates, okay?
Okay,
Since we haven't approved the minutes yet.
and do we anticipate being before the council at one of these meetings, or that would come after?
I really can't say because I think we gotta have something to come before with.
Yeah. And at that point, I think I'd rather have it sooner rather than later, so that if they do give back suggestions, we might be able to incorporate them into
Mhm.
whatever we had.
So we have this meeting and obviously a very small group. We've got actually, what would we call this, a subcommittee of the charter review.
Yeah, I really
Commission.
feel bad about not having enough input on some of these.
So maybe what we do is we put together some proposals and we'll circulate them via email. And then at whatever meeting people can show up, they can provide their input because at this point, I'm not seeing everybody getting together here.
I agree.
We've got,
So, in terms of the proposals, Diane's done a good job of keeping the running
discussion, yes.
discussion. And I don't know if we want to go back and make a proposal out of every single thing, or if there's a way to lump a whole bunch together. Like, there were a whole bunch of clerical kind of stuff, language. What,
Right. And I think the clerical stuff, and I'm thinking of a model from Barrington. I saw a report of how they presented their information to their town council. And you just say that minor clerical typos will be shared with your secretary and let them take care of anything typo versus a change to the wording or anything like that, which would be more, substantial.
Yeah, I agree. We have,
So in other words, we shouldn't be spending time recording page 29, there's a T. If we have that in our notes, we can certainly share that. But I think considering our limited time, it's more important that we go through the sections and just do that overview of sections. Anything in there that is no longer relevant, those are the things that we should know. Any recommendations that we have from the chairs of different boards, those are things that, in my opinion, that we should be sharing. And then as far as the budget, I think, I guess I wonder, considering the capacity of this committee being so small and limited, would it make sense to, as a recommendation, say that the town council shall consider a subcommittee to formally evaluate the effectiveness of the current process? We're sitting back saying that there are things wrong with it now, but I don't think that we really have a lot of data. I think that we just have a lot of our own feelings and thoughts. I think it would be helpful to really get feedback from voters. Do they want to go back to having 2 or 3 different budget options to vote on?
well,
And so we can talk about it and we can say what we think, but I don't think we've done our due diligence in really reaching out to folks in the community to get that, or with the school department, or even with Patrick Jones.
I can tell
That's how
you
I'm
just
feeling.
the thing that concerns me, and I don't know if you were on, it was 2 years ago, they tried to get, I think they tried to orchestrate a subcommittee to explore whether the charter should be changed, and nobody came.
Council.
Yeah, they couldn't. So that's the one where they ended up pulling, like, they pulled people from the office. Joan Shabbat was on it. It was all just, they needed to, so it wasn't really people from the community. It was very weird.
Was that the one that led to the, that ballot question in 2022? Where the
Which was-
council put it forward and that changed the budget committee role?
I honestly don't remember. I could,
I'm just
Look it
wondering,
up, yeah.
thinking the timing.
yeah. All I remember was they couldn't get anybody on the subcommittee.
The sad part is, we really should have come up with some suggestions, proposals, however you want to phrase it. But we don't have enough of our own members here to even do this. And we've never had the input from people. We've only had input from a budget committee that unfortunately didn't even know what their duties were.
I agree with you, and that's why I think it's hard to know, is it really the process, or is it that a unique situation where you had a brand-new budget committee who didn't have any guidance or support or the background? In my opinion, it was a really unique situation. If you had an experienced budget committee, maybe the process would have been a lot better. So I think it's very hard to make recommendations on the process because we've got that unique situation.
But it
So-
also, we sort of uncovered that, even the budget process, the budget committee shall prepare and submit to the town council their proposed unified budget. And then it doesn't indicate what happens to that or where it goes. But it is there. And I think we all sort of
Okay, we could
agreed
build off of
last
that.
week that it was a,
Yeah, because
Very sloppy
I understand
process.
and agree exactly where you're coming from, and I think on a different year or with a different circumstance, that's perfect. But now, it's kind of just open-ended statements
Right.
there. Those statements should be at least suggested to be
That makes sense.
Edited,
That's
you know?
reasonable, that's like that point of clarification. They submit it to the town council, but then what? So,
Yeah,
maybe we
things-
put in some recommendations around language for that, which is the process, but do we stay away from the bigger question of how many different budget options should be on the ballot? 'Cause I don't feel we've had enough time to research that, nor do we know if it is a problem, if taxpayers already approved the process as it is, although we
Well,
brought up at the last
yeah.
meeting, did they really know what they were voting on? Because the language in the ballot was very vague. So anyway, that, I left last time thinking how, without doing a lot of research and really getting feedback from people to see what their interpretation is of the budget process and to really fine tune some I don't think that we have the time. I think that that would be weeks of work. And it's unfortunate that we didn't start this discussion earlier. We kept holding it off.
well, one thing that just hit me, it's sort of interesting. B6 says, Budget Committee. The Budget Committee shall prepare and submit to the town council their proposed unified budget and any proposed language necessary to implement the budget on or before April 25. And then 7 is, the town council shall adopt a preliminary unified budget. So it doesn't say the budget committees.
Got room here, come on.
There's a key in the door. Is it okay?
Good. It's secure. Now I know what it is.
Senior Center, we welcome everyone.
Well, I thought maybe you left it for me. Did you get my text?
No?
Oh, I went to the library.
Me
Because
too.
That's my mistake.
Diane's
Totally.
email said And I
thought was
had it
the
in
only
my
one that did
calendar
that.
for here, but then I read your email, I was like,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
guess they changed it. So, I'm sorry, I'm
So
late.
it says it shall adopt the preliminary unified budget or next on or before the 13th.
I should have sent the agenda.
Is it-
That would have helped.
Can they combine those two? They're going from April
She sent the email late,
25th to the 13th, that's not. It's
at us
kind
at
of
the round
overwhelming
table.
because it's not spelled out
I
clear.
agree. I agree.
I don't
So I
don't
think
want to
that
feel like
is-
we're kicking the can down the road, but I think
Talking about
the budget itself is,
Not clear.
but it's almost more than this committee's going to be able to handle.
See, I have a kind of a different point of view on this. The way I see it is, since the commission has decided, I think, or has decided to acquiesce in the view that we're gonna let the town council kind of run this, that unlike the last charter review commission that actually drafted the wording and held public hearings and did all this work, you don't really have to do any of that work other than a concept. So if we simply were to pass a resolution that said, we've decided that concept A should be put in front of the voters, that's it. And then let the
Yeah.
town solicitor draft it, let them do what they claim that only they have the authority to do anyway.
Well, I have to
And
tell
I
you,
think-
before that commission, I've always had, any of the language in the write-up of the question, that's always been the attorney doing it, so.
Right, so.
And
that
they
doesn't-
have the attorney and they have the access to it.
And there's
So-
also
so-
there's no special election that
Council.
we know of anytime soon.
No.
And so I think, I'm not sure I would share the view that we haven't spent enough time or need more input. I mean, we've been elected to be here. I think we vote on a concept and we want the treasurer to be
Pass it along.
elected, period. If, for example, off it goes. In fact, quite the contrary, if we were to spend all this time, like the last commission did, hundreds and hundreds of hours of time just to be blocked anyway, I'd almost rather just send them concepts, because I know we tabled without a formal vote, but I think it's pretty clear that the consensus of the committee is to not press that issue, that we're just going to serve up recommendations to the council and it may become a political question.
I was gonna actually suggest exactly what
Yeah.
you're saying.
But I don't want to just
Like-
wash our hands and say, well, we never got around to doing more research, or, I mean, people
No.
had public hearing, we've had 20, this is our 19th meeting.
Right.
I'm exaggerating a little bit because one was canceled for quorum and one was canceled for an agenda, so we've had 17 live meetings. And we've got 5 to go, I think. We just look at the list of that.
So explain,
5.
for instance, on the budget process, how would you see framing that, the concept that,
Well, I think, like you said, Diane has a good list of what I think were some of the top 10 or top
Right.
20.
Right.
I can't remember all of them, but to answer your question, you know, I think it could be said in a sentence or less, right? The FTR process shall be modified such that the Budget Committee's recommendations shall be on the ballot, period.
That could be
Done.
a sentence in it, but
That's it.
I think it needs even more than that, though.
Well, we could put, like
I
we did in the
mean,
last
I think
commission,
it
an
needs to be
explanation and,
clarified, a statement that says it needs to be clarified and
Yeah.
spelled out better. And that clarification and spelling out needs to be in a charter so everybody can pick it up and look at it. You can't just say, let the budget committee turn in a unified budget, but
no one knows what happens to it?
nobody knows what
Right.
does, what it,
Or even how it's processed, right? It
Right.
just says it's submitted,
Right,
so.
right. No
Are
one
they
knows
even-
what
It
it,
doesn't even say if
submitted
it's
and stays in
presented
limbo,
publicly.
gets filed? What
It just
what
says
does it
it's
do?
submitted, and I would think that if there were discrepancies between what the budget committee was proposing and the town council, that should they vote on those you know what I mean? That it's,
Yes.
like, it's not, there's no rationale for them even to process it. And again, that goes back to what the budget committee said, that
right,
why are we even here?
right.
And I noticed another budget committee member resigning. I think I saw that on the agenda a council agenda, another budget committee person.
So
I
would it be
mean-
worthwhile, Rob, in line with your suggestion, to go start just creating some of these
Well,
concepts?
what we did, and again, this is Mike and Diane's call, is we literally had a sheet of paper for every single
Yeah.
proposal that was requested by anybody, including anonymously, I believe, and it was assigned to a committee member that had to kind of own it, sponsor it. And then that had things like the explanation, arguments, and so forth. But I mean, it's really up to you. But I mean, I think we're close enough that at the next meeting, I think we should be able to get down to pretty give straw votes of what we're talking about here.
I agree.
I don't even think there's a lot of things that we disagree on, other than I don't have the whole list, but you know, I'm not sure we're unanimous on the treasurer, for example. But I mean, most of these are not up to big debate. I'm sure the budget will shake out a couple different places, but
Has everybody had an opportunity to look at the CRC recommendations tracker?
The one Diane did?
Yeah.
Not
I
recently.
saw it a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
So, just to the point of what you were all
I had to look at it on
suggesting,
my
and I think
phone.
the sense is, this is maybe the way it sounds like we'd like to go. For instance, Section 401 organization is the one that has to do with the 4-year term from a 2-year term for the town council. What Diane has put in as, during our discussions, is change, for the question/comment, change TC term to 4 years, staggered terms, 4-3. And then under the rationale, based on the breadth knowledge of necessary contract negotiations, provide continuity and number of experienced town council members. Maybe we do something as simple as put that
Yep.
together for the town council.
Yep.
These items that she's listed, and we can talk about them as we head through this. And at that point, it'll be their decision
Yep.
and with the solicitor.
I think they're already gonna do that anyway, but it still is part of our charge. to-
Correct.
to
I agree.
Or
come
they
up
may
with it.
say, no, we don't want to do that at all. So, like you're saying,
Yeah.
we may do all this work on the budget, and then they say, no, we like the way it is. Or they say, we don't like the way it is, this is our idea. So, I mean, we can suggest things, but I
guess
agree
as
with you. How
long as it's
far
unified
do we
and
need to
everything's done the
go?
same
I mean, we
Like-
definitely have the skills to.
Then every
mark up the
proposal
charter,
should
but
come
Right,
in in
right.
the
Hours
form
and
of
hours.
just
But
a
you know
statement.
what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. I hope I'm not misspeaking.
No,
We're
I
on
just,
the
I don't want to
same-
speak for the chair,
kind of the
but,
same page.
I think maybe if something along what we did last time was, there's a list, and anybody who wants to add to that list,
Yep.
we let them add to that list, and then, you know, I think you might want to consider a straw vote or real votes, and then there's your list. And we're done next
So
week.
then, any of our proposals should come across in the form of a sentence. So it's consistent to all our proposals.
Yeah.
What about
dead
the
horse there.
language changes from the
I
planning
wouldn't mess with the
board?
language changes, let the attorney
That's
do
the thing,
it.
Right,
but I do
right.
like your idea. Let's say, for example, that we do a first round straw vote, and maybe that it gets to a list of 10.
Yeah.
We could still take the next couple weeks and really build out
Yep.
a nice professional explanation of,
Yep.
you know, a readout statement of
reasoning
why we
behind it.
thought,
Right.
and maybe even put reasons against it, maybe the dissent, you know, that were considered, and package it up, and instead of spending time wordsmithing and.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree with Smith.
I don't know if you still want to have a public hearing, but
Are
all of
are
our
we
meetings
gonna
have been open to
a
the public. The agenda has always allowed for public comment.
Are we gonna have a public hearing?
I thought that letter from Mike Marcello said there was nothing that
Required.
stated the charter, an elected charter review could hold a public hearing. I thought that's what I read, didn't I? Maybe I'm reading
I didn't print it
something that
out.
wasn't there.
You're talking from his
I'm talking about the one from,
The
yeah, I
decision?
printed it, yes. Did he say something about public hearings in there? I thought I remember reading.
I should have opened it in Word, I could go. over
I
and
want to
see.
say it said something about public
I
hearings.
don't think I printed it
So I
out.
assume that the public hearing portion is going to be
So
What,
what he
on-
said is, if, should the Charter Review Commission be allowed to supersede the town charter and bring amendments directly to the people, it would be doing so in violation of Article 13, Section 8 of the Rhode Island Constitution. There's only one method, one prescribed method of changing a town charter once it has been adopted, and that is through the amendment process of Section 8. Section 8 being requires that to amend a local charter, the legislative body of the town must propose the amendment and submit any such amendment for approval in the same manner as provided for in the adoption of a charter. As the Charter Review Committee is not a legislative body in Tiverton, its power must not extend past its duty to review the charter and recommend, in bold, for approval and adoption, amendments or revisions.
A revision.
That
And
was
that's the
based
end of
on-
it?
So revisions.
That's the
So we
entire
have to
thing? It doesn't
Remember, the
mention
only case that.
Public
public
hearing.
hearings? I thought it did mention,
No,
maybe
but they
I'm
would
wrong.
have to have a public hearing if they're gonna do any.
No,
propose
no,
any-
that's the
Council.
council, I'm talking
Correct,
about
that's what I mean, the
this.
council would,
But that's
Talking
what
about
we're
this
submitting
board.
to.
right.
So I
Was-
think the reading on that, of course, we can hold a public hearing if we want to, but I think the way this would shake out is if we held a public hearing and if our proposal went intact to the ballot, that box is checked. But if the town council modified our proposal or added their own, then that would require them to hold a public hearing.
Right, right.
But nobody's seriously suggesting we can't have a public hearing.
No,
Actually, at the beginning,
because I don't think you get the public.
at the beginning, it says,
We had a huge turnout last time.
proposed amendments
I know,
shall have
but
a
look at
public
this.
hearing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
We can't even
there's
get
no
a full
mechanism we can bypass the
Well, I
authority
think
of
that's
the town.
part of the
legislative
challenge,
Get
body.
everybody-
same as the budget committee, if the
Right.
commission's gonna be
Mike, what
blocked,
was the
people
date
aren't
of
gonna
that
waste their
letter?
time coming.
I don't know if
October
it's all
6th
that.
is what's
I
on
think
the
it's just
letter.
apathy
October
all the way
6th.
around.
Would you like to
Rob.
read?
And again, this
Oh,
is,
yeah,
you know,
can
my fundamental objection here is we're reading a short, double-spaced memo that's, the town solicitor is not elected, right? He's appointed by the pleasure of the town council. You know,
And it's based on a case that's
it's,
not,
yeah,
not
so, I mean,
apropos.
it is it is a short opinion that's conclusory, but I think either way, I don't think it really changes our analysis, because even if we have a public hearing, I don't think any of us are proposing to wordsmith the whole, all the
I'm
edits.
liking Mike's idea to go through, whether we do it tonight quickly or whether we do it on our own, and at the next meeting, bring forth the ideas,
Right.
have it,
Oh, that's where it talks about the public hearing, you're right.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
all right,
then I
if we
think
wanna
all our
do that,
proposals
then let's
should-
be productive. Let's take a, I have it here, I wish I had they don't have any
Screen.
They have a TV over there, I don't know.
Oh, that's
Can
right,
you
remember
hook
we
your-
played with that. Let's see,
Do you have Apple?
we've got an IT guy here. Right there.
Oh, I've got a copy of
I
it.
have it in my email somewhere.
I'll take this out if you want to follow on this one, too. So I've got a hard copy here somewhere, right here. Have you amended this with anything?
No, we haven't amended that.
So you sent it an email, correct, Diane, at some point?
I did, yep.
Are you talking about her charter thing?
Yes.
Or, it's a Google Doc. Do you have Google?
Yep.
You can just follow
Spreadsheet
this
shared
one,
with
yes.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are.
See, some of this wordsmithing, like Billy
I
Gerlach
don't
had done
even-
some and things like
Oh,
that.
That's my Google.
It could be
I couldn't even
sent
start to
as the
wordsmith.
recommendation of the planning board, so that,
Grammatically, I
mean-
could do it.
I don't know if they'll
But-
go through boards and commissions.
No,
Is there any
So
conflict
ambiguous,
in what
Diane.
the solicitor
Oh, first grade.
amended to what the
Yeah.
planning
Well, I
board
taught
had
second
given
grade too.
us?
It's just grammar.
Well, he didn't amend, did he?
He did,
Oh,
what
the
he
red.
did is in red, is from him.
There,
The
there, and there.
blue,
Oh,
is
oh.
from,
WHOSE or
Oh, I better
WHO.
write that, I'm gonna forget it.
so I could
Mix
use
it up
some
all the
help in
time.
looking at
There,
that
there,
to
and
see
there.
their
And there you are.
discrepancies.
Drives me nuts.
It's,
And it's,
So
frequent
the
people rely
red
on.
is from
They
the
rely on
attorney.
spell check and it doesn't catch that stuff.
The red's by the attorney and the blue is by the planning board. But not the whole planning board, he said, his recommendations, right? He was the
Who's
chair, Bill Gerlach. Didn't he say that wasn't
It's actually his
I wasn't here when
recommendations
he
for
was
the
here.
zoning board.
for the zoning? But that's the blue changes to the language.
But
But
so
yeah,
what
I
about
agree,
these-
we
what about
shouldn't be
these-
wordsmithing
What
any
about
of
these
them.
housekeeping things that we brought up too, like the simple,
Yeah, that all goes under one
does
that
that
just
have to be
says,
voted on? Is that, or is that,
it has
I
to be
think
voted
that's
on
just
to get on the ballot by the
informational
council.
for them to go.
Here we go.
okay,
Here we are.
yeah. See, mine came up as green. Do you have green too?
Or,
I have-
that was the zoning board.
Mike's got it, so we can move our chairs.
Okay,
All right, rise and shine.
yeah. My mother used to
Do we
sing
wanna
that
move the
every
table?
morning when she
I
woke us
want to
up.
take mine with me. I like my,
How are people comfortable? We could move
I
the
can
whole
just
table?
turn.
oh yeah, why
So
don't we
we can
just move the whole table and
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds good.
that way we'll see
And
better.
our cameraman has to move too, so, sorry
Watch
about
the
that.
cords there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
It's on little tennis balls, so it's not
Oh,
gonna
okay.
scratch the floor or anything.
that's good.
And Mike can actually
Yeah, that's good.
increase the screen a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to play with. I'm more an Excel guy than a sheets.
Boy, that font is small.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Wanna go, get right there.
Am I looking at the same one?
Ooh, what's this doing?
You're picking up feedback from someone.
On what?
Picking up feedback.
From what?
I don't know, what was that? What was this? What was this? That was,
Oh, is this one mine? Yep.
oh,
Probably just from being on top.
yeah,
Oh, is that what I was picking up from hers?
maybe. Who
I
knows?
don't know if I have that one, because this is just from, no, recommendation.
Dry from here, folks, so if you can see or not, remove yourselves, please, until you're comfortable and you can.
Can you guys see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The font's
have
really
to be
small,
up
but,
close.
oh, no, you increased it. Let's just bring my computer. You're not, you don't have to be on internet, do you? See, oh,
What?
you would. How do you connect to the internet?
there's a Wi-Fi thing
Oh, there
here.
is?
Make
Okay.
note, for
Next
instance.
time I'm
Is
bringing
it
my
called
computer.
Sunshine or
computer.
something?
522, keep.
All right,
Well,
let me get
yeah.
my charter out. Let me see what it's called.
So what Diana did.
308
is she
reserve,
highlighted
no
these
contact.
Yeah,
those that we've had discussions on, that we
Yep.
seem to be in some agreement as to
Yep.
a path forward. Not just roll up to the top and start with Article 2, because Article 1 was pretty much just procedural.
Was, wait a
No
minute.
changes that we had noted in there, although 2 or 3 was yellow for a reason, I forget what.
Is it because it needed to be eliminated?
We discussed it.
203 is balloting on, oh yeah, major appropriations. We discussed it, but didn't really, because it was that 500,000. And remember Denise came,
Who's, is this Nick?
and what is 500,000 today? That's me, dear.
Stealing her stuff.
Yeah, she just takes it all.
That's Article 2, Article 3
Yeah,
was the
so we
budget
held
process.
off on that.
Right,
Held
Article
off
4
on that.
was the town council change to
Staggered terms.
4 years.
Can,
staggered
could
term.
we take like straw votes and then when the other members come, let them know where we stand and they can add, or you
when
can
they come.
email
We can
and
put
they
it in
can
the minutes.
respond? But it-
Can I ask a question? Can't we just vote
Yes.
We keep holding off and holding off
If
until
we
we
get-
get people.
if we get-
People aren't coming.
I think we're here, we have a quorum.
We have
Yep.
5. and
We've
if-
discussed it before, we haven't heard any major.
Yep.
Yep.
I think we
Right.
should formally vote so we can move on.
Plan.
The only
agree.
issue is, the agenda item just says general review and discussion.
We didn't put
So,
it on. Okay, that's all right.
But yeah, I usually put vote when we're voting, but
Well, we've
there's
got
always
next
gonna
week.
be, like, I'm gonna miss next week. Well, there'll have to be some mechanism where maybe people can give their feedback to the chair and you can read it out, although that wouldn't be a formal vote, but.
Well, we'll know
then at
which
the-
ones need that vote, we can do it first thing next meeting. We got a meeting next week anyway.
So we'll put it on the agenda, right?
So keep that one shaded.
Vote to be
red.
taken.
Impossible vote
To
or
show
whatever
that
they,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
ready
start
to
putting
vote.
votes on all remaining meetings.
Yeah.
How about that?
That
So
sounds like Mike will shade
No,
them green
yep.
if we're ready for a vote.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, so.
We have a meeting
so
next week.
401, ready
2
for vote.
weeks.
Yep.
40122.
No,
We
it's
have a
next
meeting on the
week.
28th. How come I don't have that on here?
I think they want a special meeting next week. I won't be in the country, so. but
Or two
we're all gonna miss.
qualification.
Likely excuse.
Yeah, sorry.
Which country?
I was so happy I was in this one. Ireland, yeah.
Ireland?
Yeah, with a business trip. yeah.
Oh my God, I'd love to be in Ireland. Oh, have a Guinness for me.
I'm going
The
to.
28th?
All right, so. as
Wait a
we
minute,
Roll
402.
along. Town administrator, we had discussions, but there was nothing that we had any consensus on.
Mike, can we just back up for 1 second? 403, we had discussed, and maybe it's not an important thing and we just move on, but.
Moving
Note
that.
here At the end of the first sentence. Remember
That's
early
right.
on, we were looking for consistency in language?
Yep.
See, so make it, this could be one of the editorial housekeeping notes, do you think?
Yeah, 403 might be housekeeping.
That could be a lengthy thing by the time we're done, but.
Well,
that's-
just because there were a bunch of them that we needed to
Yeah,
All right, maybe,
tie them
be
together.
maybe
consistent.
put that in yellow for now, and then if we
Okay.
feel we want to go back to it, we can.
How are you picking colors?
404 was presiding.
You know the best part, Nancy?
What?
That if you refresh it, it comes up on yours too. Because it's
You
Google.
shared this. So, is there anything else in section 4?
407.
So it's in real time.
Town administrator was add the IAW in accordance with note. So that would be another note. Should we yellow that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what does yellow mean again?
Means,
That's considered a minor change?
it's considered like the housekeeping,
Got it,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And we're gonna do that for 501 too?
Yep.
Okay.
And 502. That would be another housekeeping type thing.
Yep. Oh, would it? Move and replace with, I don't know if that's housekeeping.
502 qualifications.
Because that's talking about,
That's the
Qualifications,
qualifications for
that's-
appointment as town administrator or bachelor's degree in 5 years. So we had a lot of discussion about, do you actually put that it has to be
Right.
a bachelor's degree with 5 years, or do you put in accordance with the must satisfy the minimum qualifications as approved by the town council?
I would say that's not a housekeeping thing.
You're right.
So that would be
I think our
green.
general consensus was don't put job qualifications in here, just put that it's in, must satisfy the minimum qualifications approved by the town council, because they're the ones that write the job description
Mhm.
for the posting.
And as,
So that would affect more than that position though, because that runs throughout. Some have qualifications, some don't. And it is difficult on some of those positions, because you can't hire without it, or
Right,
you're
but
violating.
This is specific to the town administrator.
But if that goes into housekeeping,
No, we're
it
saying it's
won't.
not.
oh, it's not?
It is not
So you're gonna
housekeeping.
go through each one of these sections that have qualifications and say that it should be with, change it to be with the,
No, this is solely for the town administrator.
but the reason behind the one with the town administrator is because he may not have a bachelor's degree in whatever, and we want the council to be able to determine what the minute, when the advertisement goes out. But what makes that position different from the fire chief, the police chief, the DPW, and any other? So all I'm saying is if we're doing it here, because it makes sense to say, let the council come up with, then you gotta do it throughout. You gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
But is it, okay, where's on the, where, did we talk about the fire? What?
I think we had this because it was for the reason that this was the only one that had the duties and powers
Yeah.
section.
See, I don't think it says anything with the fire and police. What article is that?
Let's go to the DPW and see what it says.
What about the qualifications?
That you have to be an engineer. Let the council decide what qualifications,
Okay, let's
you know,
see if
meet
it's-
their
if it
needs.
says,
I don't see that. I'm not coming across any. Does anyone find an example of another position that has?
yeah, I don't know if it says it in the charter.
Town administrator. That's what
Um,
we're talking about.
The solicitor, the judge.
Like the DPW, the director of public works shall have had training and or experience in administration, engineering, construction, or other professional fields which pertain to the responsibilities of the department, and preferably with a bachelor's degree from an accredited college or university, and any such other qualification as set by the town council pursuant to section 4079.
4079. Says adopt by ordinance and amend from time to time the administrative such personnel policies, including those that establish the qualifications required for hiring. So if you have that in there, why don't we have it under the departments too?
Well, because that allows the town administrator to set the qualifications to be met. But he's the only one that has a whole list of, well, actually, these are his duties, powers and duties.
Mhm.
Do we have, I don't know, I gotta go back and see all the notes associated with, can we come back to
I
this?
think we change it here and we could make a note. We recommend that the same language be used for any other positions that may list qualifications in the charter and let them search for them.
There you go.
Seriously,
I agree.
we're talking about concept.
You've come a
right?
long way.
We have secretary, we have formal editors,
Yeah.
so we're focused on concept.
Meeting in the middle.
There you go.
Yep.
Type of
All right, so I'm gonna change this to green because it feels like we're ready for a vote on this when we have a quorum.
Next time,
Oh, you can.
Yeah, when it's on the agenda, we have to wait.
And I'll put somewhere, nope, wrong column.
So you're saying 502 is
Yeah.
now,
I'd like to know what they're gonna say when it comes to the treasurer, because hers duties are all listed. It's gotta be unified.
So it'll be the same.
I agree. I don't think,
So it'll be
all
the
or
same.
none, all or none.
Yep.
Other,
And I'd say none, because it's a charter document,
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna appoint the treasurer anyway. I mean, the reason why I think a lot of, oh, you guys know all this.
Well,
What?
no, I talked to Dick Taylor, and he originated most of this. Even though you had Frank Marshall and everybody on the committee, he drafted out a lot of this, Dick Taylor.
Yeah.
And he told us it was not to really pinpoint every single thing that had to be in it, but just kind of generalized. And they knew it was going to be amended continually and stuff like that. So, you know, it's A lot of this stuff
You add
now
direction
has
on it?
come to the point of,
Work in
but
progress.
I think the council can determine the qualifications between them and the administrator
What are you doing?
on any position.
And the Personnel Board never determines it. Their job is to measure up against the qualifications, right? It's theoretically the,
Which must mirror what is in the charter.
Who came off of personnel? They're looking for someone.
Okay.
I
so
don't know who came
This
up.
gives the, so this is the updated, section 502
Ready?
comments.
There's like 10 committees that are looking for people.
So we're gonna get the-
Because, I mean, I would hope they'd hire the best with the best qualifications.
Okay, so
Well, you would
moving
hope,
on
wouldn't you?
through the town administrator, financial services, town treasurer, change from elected to appointed. And yeah, draft language, maybe we leave that with the, for the attorney?
Mm-hmm.
But all these qualifications under her, duties and responsibilities, what would we do with that? The same as we did with the town administrator?
Let
that's
the
what I do.
council
Let the
determine.
council determine, so
Well-
shouldn't we have that in our,
The responsibilities we may or may not want to keep, but the qualifications, I think,
Right.
there may be a majority that would take those out.
Right.
Responsibilities, we may need clarity on that.
602?
So we're in agreement that we want to change from elected to appointed?
Yes.
Just we're leaving it in green and,
Will we have to vote next time?
yeah,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm in, I'm not 100%, but I'm probably there.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
drag down so anybody that wants to read the rest of it.
I mean, I'd still like to see some kind of a whistleblower audit or something, but we've got time if I really want to bring that up further. I won't belabor it tonight. Or
Well,
some kind
we
of
had
list protection
discussed
for
that
her.
position being appointed by the council so that it didn't fall under the town administrator,
And that they
Would mean
report
debate and
directly to the
whistleblower
council.
or that they would report to the council. Yeah.
Robert Palter.
Something to
Yeah.
allow that position to, um,
Rob says again, less and less voter control would need to bake in whistleblower protections.
not even, I don't know that I take it to whistleblower point, but to at least be able to kind of deny the town administrator. If we had a rogue town administrator, which we have had plenty of, what happens when they tell that treasurer to do something?
Right, because just because the council.
You know, we want her to have the
Yeah,
authority
sure.
to say no,
Right,
or him.
and that, just because the council appoints the treasurer, doesn't necessarily, the reporting structure still might be through the town administrator, right? So if that is the case, then I, think it would be nice if the charter would recognize that there will always be a direct path from that person
To the town
to,
administrator,
to the council.
to the council.
I just think that's good corporate practice, but, so, because the council appoints doesn't change then the sort of your typical pyramidal change, I might have made up a word there, change of command. Sorry, Captain Grammar.
It's all right. Not a vocab, just grammar.
Okay.
But you know from having been in the role that there's many different paths to the town councilor's ears.
Yeah, sure.
And those, if there was something illicit, illegal going on, I think that it'd be incumbent upon the treasurer to let somebody know somehow. And not
But
feel
I mean,
retribution.
uh,
Baking it in is difficult.
that puts us back to a whistleblower, as opposed to saying there's a certain authority there that, that wouldn't sway from what should be done under the financial
GAP.
rules and, I wouldn't want to have to be a whistleblower to
Generally
say no,
acceptable
no to a
procedures.
town administrator, that I'm not going to issue out those checks. I don't think I should have to be a
Depends on who you
whistleblower
ask.
to do that.
So,
Yeah,
let's let the town council determine if there's a need for this. When we go before them, they'll question us.
yeah.
We can certainly present the argument as to, well, we
And
feel
let
that there
them
may be
figure
a
out
need for
how-
this to be baked
Well,
in.
Maybe we could include that, though, in our statement to the council on this,
Yeah.
that we would hope that the treasurer position would be, have some independence from the town administrator.
Oh, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, if this were to pass next week, that wouldn't prevent someone like me to put forth a proposal that then says, okay, given that this is going forward, here's an additional sentence that I recommend, and that may or may not itself pass, right? I mean, we can still follow up, or maybe it doesn't pass formally, but as some of you have said, could just be we suggest you consider. Because, you know, it might be quite simple to put a sentence in there that says the treasurer shall always have direct access to all elected officials on all matters of financial concerns or something. But, you know, we don't have to figure it all out right now.
Yeah.
And some are dependent on others, right? Like my view of X might change depending on how Y turns out, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about the term lengths of the councils. The more power we tend to give the town council, the more I tend to think it should have shorter terms. That's just me speaking. So I think folks might change their positions or hone their positions over the remaining 5 meetings.
I just feel like for all these, that treasurer's office has had an independence from everything else. They could or they could not. And I only think of it going back to Ray Dias and before. But they could say no to people.
Right, we do have non-interference in the charter already. Is it just for police or in general? I think it's in general. The councilors can't downstream interfere, right? The school committee, or at least the school chair, asked for something like that also. So this wouldn't be the first time we could add in something along those lines. But I'm not pressing for it now. I think let's see if it passes in concept, then I may come back. Or,
Well, everybody will have access to this, and
yeah.
as we go through, we can determine if we need to
Okay,
change
so that one's staying green. We're just color coding stuff right now, right?
The nice thing is that I know we're not done yet, but I kind of have a feeling like we're at a nice, 6 to 12 range. Like I don't get the sense we're coming out of here with like 37 different
No.
things, and I think that's going to be well received by everybody.
Agreed, and I think what we're doing is going to be, have substance. So, and ideally, it's going to make sense.
Because if we only had say 8 that came out, I can't remember. We really could build out some nice explanatory material so they're not just dropping a one sentence on them.
So, 606, is this a housekeeping?
No, it's a vote, right? Oh, wait, which one?
Yeah, any of this transitional stuff, I think we can take it out. And
606?
That needed to be
602.
eliminated, we need to remove 606. But that's housekeeping too.
It was transitional?
Yeah,
So
because there's no
make that yellow.
transition, the charter's already established.
So, yeah.
So make it yellow, Diane?
I'd say make
Oh,
it
yeah.
green and, but
No,
it's
we don't have to vote
housekeeping.
on that. Right, so
But
it's
Yeah,
yellow.
yellow.
So we keep it yellow.
Yep.
Budget committee, let's just eliminate them.
It's just,
You could if you wanted to.
Simplify
they have a
things.
right to do their unified budget proposal.
But what do they do with it?
could also go to, if we had a more clearly delineated budget process, where
Yeah.
the town council was holding meetings and discussions specific to the budget all along the way,
Right.
any member of the town could go to those meetings and bring their ideas forward in real time as they're being discussed, rather than separately after the fact, here's a document with things I'd like to change. I think it creates an opportunity, and that's something that maybe we could do. We talked about this, the whole budget process and timeline isn't clearly defined.
No, it
And
isn't.
I've heard that there were some town council members this year that didn't feel there was enough time spent on the budget and talking through issues. So maybe a little help on our end is clarifying what their process is in discussing the budget publicly, so there's more opportunity
You're
for the
talking about
public
the
to be
budget committee?
involved. If, as an alternative to having a budget committee, have a budget process that is more public and more thorough in going through different sections of the budget. So the general public has more of an opportunity to understand what is the DPW budget all about? Where are those numbers coming from? Can I ask questions?
That's how
Can
it
I
used to
submit
be.
an alternative? With the town council or with the budget committee?
The budget committee.
With the budget committee.
Right, so the,
And with the
Mike's
council.
offhanded comment,
But I'm
let's get
wondering
rid of
if
the
it's,
budget
but I'm
committee.
wondering if it's because they were all new and there was nobody that brought
That's what-
forward that.
Before you came in, Donna, that's what I said. I left last time thinking, I don't feel prepared to just throw out recommendations as to whether or not, there should be a budget committee or whether their budget should be included on the ballot, because we haven't collected enough data and we haven't talked to enough people to get their perception of the budget process. So, and the fact that the budget committee was very unique this year, do we make changes to, based on that exception?
Right.
Do we want to slide past this section and still get to the rest of the charter and maybe get some more items that we can agree on so that we can have something? This can be.
Something to
I think
disagree
so.
on.
Yeah, I think so. Because there's not much more.
Agree to disagree. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, loosely speaking, I think, I'm not speaking for Mike, but I think there's certainly a perspective of elimination, right? There's a perspective that had a lot of, I think, some support last time of keeping them as it in, but prioritizing them. And then I think I'm hearing, I don't know if it's a middle ground, but from Diane, of an effort more towards just clarification, right? So at a minimum, I think you have 3 line items for further consideration, unless someone else has another one.
I think the
But-
clarification is the way to go, to request that it be more clarified, because I would in no way vote to support eliminating a budget committee, even though I like a finance committee. I would not go for, this town has had a budget committee, there was a purpose for it. It seems to be a purpose in here, we just can't get the purpose.
Right, so
Clarify
maybe
it,
with the
yeah.
right
Maybe.
clarification
Yeah.
and structures.
They
and
would-
What does the red
support-
stand for?
And support for their
There's
training
blood in
and
this, there's
guidance.
blood appearing in this.
But keep in mind, if there were to be votes,
Stop.
even if you didn't have all 9 next week on everything other than this topic, you'd still have 4 meetings over 8 weeks or 6 weeks. So we can do the work still.
Yeah.
What's the red?
I wouldn't eliminate it,
We need
even
more
though
people.
it serves no purpose right now.
Not going there.
There's gonna be.
I don't think the public is aware enough about
Why
it.
is it
Couple of,
red? Because it's emergency?
It's red because it's
It's
just.
It's gonna need more discussion.
It's
and-
urgent.
And there's some proposals put forward.
There's
And,
a secret rule in
The third
Robert's
option,
rules
Rob,
that
that you
lets the
said?
chair have one thing that he gets to
Clarification.
pass without vote, and I think that was the one.
Rob, between elimination, restore their functionality, and what was the third?
Um,
I'm sorry.
well, I'm not sure if two, I
Clarification.
I was saying that they get a direct budget position like they did in the olden days,
Yes.
direct ballot access. So I don't know if that's what you mean by functionality. I don't want to speak for Diane, but I think there's another effort for just clarifying the process, and until we clarify the process, we
Their
don't.
capacity, make sure that they have the knowledge that
Right.
they need to do the job effectively, if they're new.
Well, you don't train an
We were
elected
all
official.
new to the
They've got to
budget
take
committee.
some initiative.
I've been on the
Yeah.
budget committee, and you
They had a council liaison who, had they
Yeah.
chosen to, they could have asked what the process was.
Yeah.
She sat through them for the years that I was on there. I know
Mhm.
she knows what the process is.
Right, even that person, or the town administrator, I mean, sorry, town treasurer could really work with them.
The
Well, we,
administrator was the
Well-
guy that was there.
So is that
A
section
lot.
702?
Yeah, sorry if it
It's in
came
red,
off
blood red.
and I think it's fair to say that all six of us, with fairly, different perspectives and backgrounds, all agree that the budget committee has been well supported by the administrator, by the clerk's office, by the treasurer's office. Like, I don't think any of us
Actually,
has
it's
ever
very
had an
interesting.
experience.
You've been on
Yeah.
the budget committee, I've been
Yeah.
on the budget committee.
I've been on the budget
You've been on the
committee,
budget
and so has
committee.
Mike.
And I've been a treasurer and a clerk, and I'm
Yeah.
Right.
telling you,
So the
there's
six of
nothing
us,
they ask
four of
for.
us have been on the budget.
Yeah, and everybody's got, I mean, we can
But
talk.
it was for-
yeah.
it was
Then
for 4
just
years.
This year, things.
I mean,
yeah.
sometimes you
What
call
was your
and
term?
it takes a little bit.
Mine was, it was when there were 11 members.
Mine was 4 years.
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah,
4
they're about
years.
4
4-year
years.
term.
But I
Yeah.
left after 3 because of the charter review
But I
commission.
think that's also telling when we look at the
They-
council the terms. I mean,
But the budget committee
I
is
can't imagine it
staggered.
being a 2-year, right?
It's
Right,
staggered,
and
so
it's right.
but they had no existing
No,
members,
they-
is
they
that?
had two.
Oh, they had two
three.
they had 3 existing
Yeah,
members?
Abby
Then,
Dayfree carried over
But
from
she
last
left.
year.
She
She
left.
left. Mary Wall carried over. She left. Dan Darren carried over. He stayed. So I don't know how the process
yeah.
broke.
But what I've heard is that, and it ties into the budget process, that it's so sort of not spelled out, that a lot of people felt that the budget committee, they felt like the role had sort of been neutered, so they didn't get people running for it.
True.
I think they just needed Mike. And once Mike left, the place fell apart,
Well,
Yeah.
Because Mike was there the first year.
I'm gonna tell you,
of the
you know who
current
held that
situation.
budget committee together
Yeah.
was Laura Epke.
And we
But
put
they
forward a budget.
should have been
that
capable
was,
of this.
I know, but
I was on with her,
Look,
and
she
Cecil
was,
Leonard.
she was
you know,
amazing.
basically The
Yeah.
town council did what they.
Yeah, you know the
did.
feeling,
Yep,
huh?
she was amazing.
So,
I miss
yeah,
her.
I know Luby
It
done
made
that
it clear to me I didn't want to spend another year.
Yeah, someone just told me that.
last
Okay,
Tuesday, I
so-
think. I was
So-
talking to them.
We're coming back.
So leave it in red,
I don't know if
and
Jane
we'll come
knows
back to
that.
it and figure out what we want to do.
Red.
Article,
They're not having a service though?
red, I
Not
suggest
yet, I
red
think
can
next
be,
week.
For whom?
discussion.
Louis Bitar, who's the former superintendent of schools.
Article 8, town clerk, elected or appointed.
Jeff,
Keep elected, that's our position, are we good with that? We're not gonna have to make any changes? Or does
it's
anybody
Jeff
have any?
Kemmons.
I think if the council wants it to change, they'll change it, but at this point, at least we know there is someone independent there.
I don't know if somebody was not military, but and I'm not saying Diane, because they have this in the charter. Sergeant is spelled with an E, S-E-A-R.
Would like more information on duties. Well, then he needs to go to the town administrator. But I'm not opposed to a 4-year term, because, again, we can't get the people to run for these elected positions. So the town sergeant, he ran again. This is like his second term, I think.
Mhm.
It's Noyes, his last name is Kevin, not Kevin.
I
the
think it is
brother.
I
Kevin.
think it's Kevin,
Is it Kevin?
yes.
Yeah, so I think 4 years on that position is good. We've had years that we couldn't get anybody, and Kevin was a write-in to begin with. We couldn't get anybody to run for it. So, I mean, if you can get someone, stick it to him for 4 years.
If he wasn't available on election day, what would happen with the ballots? It'd be the chair of the board of canvassers, with the chair of the
Yeah,
election?
Board of Canvas handles everything.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, the town sergeant is good, but he doesn't, he puts the postings in the different places. He can run things to Providence for us, but basically that office handles it. The Board of Canvas and the staff and
I
Yeah.
was gonna say
the clerk runs
Yeah.
the election.
Do we have a question on Reed?
Do we want to make it a 4-year term, or?
Sergeant?
Problem with these 4-year terms is that there's folks that want to serve, but they don't want to necessarily sign up for that long. So I don't know that I would change the term. I also have a very specific request from the town sergeant to be able to serve on other boards and commissions, and it's a very well-meaning request, but I'm having trouble seeing how we could grant that exception for just that elected official.
Yeah,
So I don't know how the team feels about that.
I think it's a slippery slope, so.
Okay.
And I doubt that we'll ever come up with duty. It already lists under here that he has to attend council meetings and all, doesn't it? So I mean, if he wants more clarification, I think, doesn't it already say that he does? Yeah, there shall be a
there are-
nonpartisan,
there are some,
the
yeah.
duties of town sergeant shall be to attend all town council meetings, post town council agendas, and with the open meeting law, transport and post voter lists to each district. But I will say the clerk's office does help
Supports,
do a
yeah.
lot of that. I mean, we don't make a town sergeant run to the library when we're
Right.
there in the town hall, things like that.
Well, it looks like the duties.
He's got
are
some
there.
duties.
Maybe someone just needed to share this with me.
I don't know what more he does.
Change
Than what it
spelling
says.
Sergeant to SER. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not-
SER.
No, it's SAR.
No, it's SER.
SER.
It is
Yeah.
SER?
Yeah.
Mm. Are there two different kinds of sergeants?
No.
Because a well, that might be a spelling
What is
mistake.
it, 802?
I think it's,
I think that's a typo, because sergeant's SAR. No, it says
No.
SER.
yeah.
Surgeon, I
Yeah.
did not know that.
In the Marine Corps, it's SER, I know that. That's all that
Same in
matters.
the Air
Okay,
Force.
let's change that, wow. Did not know.
Or we
that.
could get him one
I
of
thought
those
it was
little
SAR.
badges.
We did.
Phonetically, it's SAR. That's weird.
That's why English is a tough language.
It is
Comb, tomb,
really.
and bomb.
What is it? It's what?
Comb,
Is
tomb,
town
and bomb.
sergeant
Try to
with
teach
an
somebody
A.
that.
Awful.
Like, why? Yeah.
It's,
That's why
All
I like
right,
Spanish.
so is that ready to vote or go, or
although I
what?
love phonics, but it's
Yeah.
very hard.
I still
Which one are we
think
talking about?
a position like that's hard to get people to run for.
Oh.
They're kind of,
But what does 4 years change if it's hard or easy to run for? I don't. Wouldn't you get more people running for a shorter term so they're not
Probably.
locked in?
I think you would.
Mike, did you make the change?
No, I thought you
Oh,
were.
okay, no.
I refreshed thinking you did. All right, if you make it, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna bother refreshing it.
all right,
I-
so we're not
I
gonna
would
do
think
anything
you'd-
with that.
If it was a
Okay.
shorter term, I think you'd have more
Probate
people,
court, change language and non-
personally.
I don't know, Diane, if you're willing, this is an idea, but for something like 63, it's just an idea that we may want to note that the concept was supported but not prioritized, so that if any were to read this, it's not like we blew, I don't know if you think that's worth the effort of doing that.
What was
but-
this under?
Well, for some of these, like, we don't think they're bad ideas, but they might not necessarily make the top 10. I don't know if there's if there's an interest in indicating that to people that we didn't blow them off, we just didn't.
That might be a good idea, and that way
um,
we'll have it if someone says, well, why didn't you change it? We know that we discussed it, but we'll be able
Yeah.
to look back and say, we did discuss it, but it was not a priority.
Just wasn't prioritized.
Yeah.
802, not a priority.
I don't know that you have to explain like that, but if you want to, let's, no harm in it.
At least on the feedback.
Keep track of these color codes.
Is that purple?
Yeah, we could
or pink?
probably put an ending paragraph or
All
something
right,
that
town
said,
solicitor,
these were considered, but we didn't see them.
Did you know there's another storm?
There's another one, it's
Another
pretty
name
minor,
storm,
but I think
Melissa.
we'd all support the change of adding a nonpartisan, but I don't know if we fell short of 10, I think it might be nice to add that in. It's just a one-word change.
What's that?
That the probate
change
position is
language to
nonpartisan.
nonpartisan.
It's not nonpartisan now?
It just is missing.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
It's a
Wouldn't
small
that
thing,
be kind of housekeeping, because everything's nonpartisan in the, all elected positions are
Right.
nonpartisan.
Right.
Well, does it say that anywhere though?
For every other one, it will. The council is nonpartisan, the budget committee's
So
nonpartisan.
that's one of those.
The
that would
partisan
be
used to be
one of
years
those
ago with
housekeeping,
districts.
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah, let's
Consistent
add it,
things.
but put it under
Put
housekeeping.
it under housekeeping, is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you agree?
yeah, because it's the only
Because
one
it's
not.
one of those consistent things.
Okay, Article 9, DPW, departments and agencies, sorry.
What's that mean? Quote was nothing.
That's
DPW.
housekeeping.
Change operation of landfill to maintenance.
Just limiting.
There is no
eliminating
change operation of landfill to maintenance. Section 9.
Nancy's looking at the note for
board review
901.
or something.
So, what the note means is.
Because
we weren't
landfill's
sure
closed.
If we, yeah,
But didn't somebody
And I don't
say there's
think
still
that-
some?
yeah, I agree. I don't think that we should do anything with that. That was just,
There is still some maintenance going on, but they're not operating. They're just.
Instead of operations, just change it to maintenance.
Well,
That might be a housekeeping.
yeah, or just not needed, right?
I lost my,
I don't know if they're
Google
doing
Doc, it's
anything.
not-
Does the town, or do we just monitor whatever because we're not doing the closing.
We have, that's,
We're just monitoring it, so.
yes, now.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
Or not essential to, I don't know.
Okay, so police, eliminating PBOR, would consider that housekeeping? As opposed to putting it forward
Police
as a.
suggest
I like
eliminating
that.
PBOR, stop sentence.
What's
Well, didn't he say they don't do that anymore?
Yeah, it's the old.
Yeah,
law.
so you gotta eliminate
That may
it.
be changed if the General Assembly.
I'm looking back to the notes from Mike Marcello. He thinks that it is different, and he agrees that we can omit, beginning. So essentially, from my notes, it says that Mike Marcello agrees that we can omit that.
Delete that whole section. B.
Just the PBOR.
I almost think it could be housekeeping with the explanation that it's
Agree,
no
housekeeping.
longer in,
Not one of our priority things.
but even not priority, I think, didn't, Pat Jones say that it's not, used
Pat
anymore or
Jones?
something?
Well,
It's,
somebody else said that it already changed again, so it sounds like
Oh,
it
it will be
changes
changed again?
often, the acronym that they use, so that's why it should be eliminated, because it changes often.
well, if they don't want it under housekeeping, they'll move it to where they want.
Maybe it will be their priority.
Get another one.
Maybe it'll be their priority.
Hey,
Not ours,
yeah.
but-
Either do it this way, or you do it that
No, but
way.
a
We're
lot
not
of these
raising the
little
hand.
things go through housekeeping and,
You want the power, you got it.
now what is all this here? Wait a minute, the fire. Oh, he wanted things, but you don't get that in a charter.
So he recommends eliminating volunteer firefighters.
Oh, we
You're-
wanted,
you're in a-
we
Wanted a
wanted,
You're in a
fire
mood
truck
tonight.
and a building and
did you
a,
say you're in the wrong committee? You need to be at budget.
He said there were no volunteer firefighters.
Right.
recommends we eliminate volunteer firefighters. Wow,
I don't know.
We don't have any. He doesn't.
he doesn't have any now, but
What if we ever needed
geez,
them? Yeah.
Your fire department, it was a lot of
What do you do?
volunteers at one time.
Well, what's the union contract say?
You know,
They may not allow
but they
that.
do bring some into, that are interested in, you know, going into EMT, stuff like that. They
Like
have had
explorers?
like high school kids and stuff.
The Explorers?
Did you get a letter?
Oh, is that what it's
They're
called?
not formally
Fire
trained
plaque
for your
volunteer
house is
fire.
historic.
Oh, maybe like
No.
10 years ago or 5
I
years
think
ago?
that that's
Okay.
what he's saying.
Recently.
Yeah.
Because
So
they're
why don't we
celebrating
put it
the
as-
400th
They
year
used to have companies.
celebration in
Remember
Tiverton.
those days?
Yeah.
I just got it.
The volunteer fire
Just got it the
department
other
owned the
day.
fire station,
Cool.
turned it over to the
But
town.
if you want, they'll research
And
it.
that's why the
Yeah.
big bell is in front of
Can you
the,
look at that
So
stuff?
why don't
Picasso
we put it
Cemetery.
as housekeeping, and then if the town council
1720 to
decides they want to talk
1790,
to
we're not
that
sure.
more,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
their
it's
priority,
hard to
they can
tell.
do that.
Versus 1890s.
Yeah.
that's only
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
check your mail.
volunteer fire
Just got
department.
it
you're
the other
talking.
day.
And 902 too.
Oh, what's-
I didn't even know
yes,
we were on the
902,
radar.
903, but
It's
for
great,
903
but-
section, it's only eliminate volunteer firefighters, C.
I'm sorry, we are eliminating volunteers? I don't want to eliminate
No,
the
we're
We're
volunteers.
gonna put
Me
it as
either.
housekeeping, because based on what we've heard, we don't currently have volunteer firefighters, so it seems that it should no longer be included in the charter, but leave it to the town council if they want to dispute whether or not
Give them
they.
power.
yeah.
Okay, but we don't have a budget committee and we're not leaving that to the, but I agree,
So
Diane,
we-
you're
we
right.
move on to section 908, is the next one.
Oh, this one.
Merge.
I don't know if we
Merging
need to
zoning
merge,
into building.
because
Yeah.
remember, they said they're all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's take that
no
out.
action.
Yeah, okay.
Well, wait a minute, was the town administrator feels the complexity is too high for two separate positions? What does that mean?
I
It
thought,
means he wasn't in favor of it because he thinks that each position needs.
Yeah, I would not
Complex.
combine
right, to
that.
not merge.
I would not merge
To
that.
me, it's very confusing, but whatever. I mean, a zoning official,
I mean,
a building
zoning has-
official, a building,
But they're complete different,
no, I know,
Senior
but
center,
it's,
is that
to me,
just
it's
a,
confusing.
and different qualifications too. You gotta be,
Yeah.
have a zoning certificate, or you gotta have a building.
So we're gonna take that out, or you wanna leave it in?
No, no change.
Okay.
So, Article 10, Section
S for
1001,
senior
Planning
and
Board,
contracts, for contracts.
add a town
Oh,
planner.
yes, please, but that's a budget thing.
What was that?
Add a
Adding
town planner. Needed
No,
one
I
for
mean, what
years.
is section 909?
That's the senior center, it's just, there's a typo.
Oh, it's
says,
just a
uh,
typo, oh,
yeah.
okay. I don't think typos have to go through charter change, I think they can just change it.
Well, we
But
got-
we're
we gotta give them
reviewing the
authority.
charter, we're reviewing it, so it's
Yeah.
part of the review.
But I mean, a clerk typed
They
it,
can
Right.
just do it.
go back and change the
Right, but it's
spelling.
part of the
And
review,
we'll
so you
have a
point it out.
disclaimer that there may be other typos in
Right.
there, but these are the ones that we
Right,
came across.
we
and
just
we're
wanna
passing
point
them
out, we've done our due
Just that
diligence.
particular one, you think that's the only spelling error in here?
No, I'm sure.
You just show them
Give
what?
me a break, that's,
Right, we just showed that we read it.
We-
that one
not even
anyway,
sure if
'cause
we're reading the
the
right-
rest
the
of the
right
spelling
document.
Right.
corrections.
So for planning board, there was one change that Bill Gerlach recommended, and that is to
Add
add
vice
vice chairperson and secretary.
Oh, they don't
But
have
don't they have
either
the right
one?
to appoint their own?
It's state law that they
Didn't know.
elect a chairperson, a vice chair, and a secretary. That's what the state law says.
Okay,
Wow.
but I thought most of these say they have the ability, like the budget committee can appoint their, let me
It's
see
been
what it says.
eliminated.
The planning board shall have the duties.
It's in red. It's red.
Planning board should
Blood
act
red.
as planning board should
dying.
exist 9 minutes, planning board shall come in the limit. Said terms be staggered, no more than one, no matter.
Any other chairperson, such other offices that may deem appropriate for my membership. Is that a big enough catch-all?
You know, he's right, it's not in their section.
Right. The
So-
other, with regards to, because we asked about a town planner, and Marcelo said we could put in the charter that the town administrator may appoint a town planner. We, as a committee, do not have the authority to add a position.
Well, of course not.
No. So if we wanted, but that's kind of a moot point to see they may appoint, so the town council can appoint a planning a town planner.
They
There's
can
nothing in
train.
here that prohibits them from doing.
This is another one I totally disagree. If the voters of Tiverton want to require a position, like the town parade grand marshal, they can, period.
Right, it doesn't
And if
mean
the
you should
town
be in
doesn't
charge.
fund it on the budget, then it doesn't fund it.
Well,
But
see, it's always gone through the budget.
We're allowed to put whatever position we want to in front of the voters, and if they want to have it,
So the
just
town
like they've decided
administrator can
they-
come forward and say, I want a full-time, and during the budget process, he can say, I want to add a
Correct.
position, I want a full-time.
Whether it's
town
funded
planner.
or not.
I'd
is
rather not have it in
another's-
here as a requirement at all. A, because I want the charter to be as short as possible, and B, if you put it in there as a requirement, then everybody turns around and says, you have no choice but to fund this position.
Or,
So-
like the situation they were in, they couldn't hire someone, but they have a consultant.
Yeah, they've
that they
been
use
looking
to
for
get
someone
in.
and they
So
can't even get
let-
anyone.
let
so-
Didn't they
them
say it
work
was
that out.
mandatory?
No.
That we at least
So we're
have the
getting rid of
contact?
that?
You want a
So we're
town
not
in today's
acting
day and
as
age
town
without a
recommendation.
planner?
So in that
Nancy
column where it
wanted a
says
town
CRC
planner 15
recommendation,
years
Yeah.
ago.
I'm not opposed to adding it.
So
Let
No,
them
no
say, no, you didn't have the right.
This one,
What color
Michael
is
may
no
have, we may have a
recommendation?
Just
contested
white.
vote on this
that
one.
means
white.
we didn't
Oh,
act on it.
gotcha.
So there's no,
Yeah.
no action.
I'm not
I'll
sure.
bet you if you went before the people now with all this housing
Oh,
and
yeah, I
thing,
know.
and said, do you want a town planner? They'd jump at the chance. I think it should go in, and I think we should add it whether we
so
got that
short-sighted.
responsibility or not.
Go through the budget process. The town administrator would need to include that in his budget.
Right, to pay him.
Well, we know the town administrator's gotta do
Like you
that,
said,
but
if
it's
you
not
can't
in the
just make a
charter.
position,
That
because
would
then you have
memorialize
to pay
it.
for
You're
it. So
gonna
it has
have
to
a
go
town
through the
planner.
budget.
Well, we certainly have,
True.
there's some positions we're requiring,
Be
like
concrete.
a clerk and a treasurer and assessor and a
And I think it needs to
collector,
be
but
memorialized.
not a lot of
'cause-
positions. I guess a fire chief,
So you
police
want it
chief.
back to green?
Now, whether they fund it or not,
You
or
want it
whether
back
they,
to green,
that's different, but
Nancy?
at least, what'd you
You
say?
want it back to green?
Well, I'd like to see a planner, yes. I'd like to see it memorialized in here like every other board and commission.
Well, I'm just gonna say that I don't know that, it's our role to, I don't know who said it, Rob or Diane, but to require a position. If Patrick, or Chris Carter for that matter, felt we needed a planner, they've been contracting Ashley
They've
for
been trying to find
years.
someone, right?
Yeah, someone said there's only
A contract,
14 of them or something like that.
Yeah,
Some
in the
ridiculously
state.
low number in the state certified.
but you need
And they
one,
share
so.
them. But
I think that there is consensus that we
school,
need
that's
one.
what
I think that
to
we're beyond the days when there were people saying you don't need one. I
Mhm.
think, because it's included in the town council's budget for a town planner. They just couldn't hire
Right.
one, so they're using a consultant. So
Then
it's
that's
already in
what
the
they
budget.
do. By whatever the council has to do at that point. We can't find one to hire, well, we'll have to go out and contract. But there should be a planner overseeing in this town. I'd like to see that read so we can discuss it again.
okay.
Red.
Red,
The red
I
gauntlet
want
has
it
been thrown.
bold red too.
Blood red.
Yeah, blood red.
All right, ZBR.
Look like a Christmas calendar.
What was that, 10
Sorry, I went too fast.
planner,
Actually, I didn't go too fast.
Wait.
Sheets did.
R-E-D, red. Okay.
Where's, what color, one is the red one?
102 is zoning board, what do you want?
Yeah, this one we're gonna do
Village
some
Electoral service plan, board of review.
Work on, let me go back to the
Is this
notes
for
from
appeal?
I get so confused with zoning versus
Supersede the
planning
decision.
versus,
Yeah,
what, it has to go through zoning first? or
now it's
planning?
unified, I think, so it's getting
Oh, yeah, the
streamlined.
Unified Development Review.
Go to- Because that's all in change now.
I wouldn't
They're
touch any
all-
of this.
Planning Board appeals go directly to the Superior Court.
So what is the purpose of the Board of Review then?
Got me what the
Because
purpose
before
was
you would go
overseas.
before the Board of Review.
Well,
No, they still have to have them, but it's for minor things.
you could have
like-
an alleged zoning violation that doesn't involve new construction.
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah, minor ones, yeah.
So to clarify the
So
other
it sounds like
minor.
that whole section needs to be rewritten. How about?
And he suggested
How
it,
about
he rewrote
if
it.
we think concept and just say revise zoning board of review section to, for compliance with changes in state legislation, and that Mike Marcello write it.
Well, who gave us it?
This came from Bill Gerlach
Oh,
and the attorney, and Mike Marcello. Diane just told me the red lined out is Mike Marcello, the blue is
Bill.
Bill Gerlach. So maybe we could qualify it by saying, as suggested by the town administrator and the chair of the, because I thought he said he was coming, it wasn't all through the
But
boards.
it didn't even, it doesn't, what's shown on that document, Nancy, I don't believe reflects what Mike Marcello was telling us, because that just recently happened.
Oh,
Because what Mike Marcello gave us doesn't reflect that language of, what's it called?
I thought he said he was
Unified
gonna send us
Development Review.
something.
So, yeah, I think we can just say, you know, Mike
Revise to
Marcello,
conform to
yes,
Mike Marcello's opinion.
yes.
Because didn't he say he was gonna send us something on that, Diane?
I thought he did too.
I think so,
Yeah, but he didn't.
but he didn't, okay. But we can qualify it that way by saying, as suggestions of the solicitor.
Guidance, regarding new unified
Regulations.
development review.
Well, I think it's per state regulations too, right? But that's fine. Because when we do up the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
will just
hope.
remind us that.
all right,
what
so
the
that
new
one,
requirement is.
102.
What's it called? What kind of
It's called
That's ready for
unified-
vote.
New unified development.
Yeah.
Okay, 1003.
Remove town landfill again.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Do they monitor the underground storage?
Well, what's above that? Is 5 members sufficient? What was that? Consider 7 with no alternates. Oh,
Oh, not
That was-
use the
we-
alternates, but you gotta.
yeah, but we have to, so we,
Yeah, so that
that's,
can come out.
yeah, that's just a 0. I mean, it's just a white, right?
Where it
But
says,
we can't change that.
Lisi
Yeah.
said, consider 7 with not alternates, you can't do that.
Which I
What's all
don't
that blue
understand, but
Codes.
Those are those.
To-
laws.
Oh. Okay.
those are
Move
links, links.
103, conservation.
I will say again, we actually can do that if we want to. But
What's that?
even Marcel agreed with me on this. If
The 5-member
If
thing?
General Assembly ratifies this contract, we can change, everybody says, oh, it's state law, we can't do that. Of course we can change it if we want to. General Assembly might not ratify it, and then we couldn't, but
Like they're gonna go through this and not
I'm just saying,
Yeah, but I
we're
mean,
sometimes a
what-
little quick to
the
say we
more-
can't change this, we
Not
can't change it.
ratify a
We could
town
change it if
charter
it's-
when
if
the
we were
town
that- If we
people
felt that
vote for
strongly
it.
about it, but we might have to
They're
lobby
gonna
it.
ratify it, of course they
They,
are.
they kinda have to.
You know.
103 says remove town landfill.
That would be very unusual if they didn't.
They do a yeoman's job there,
Yeah,
Conservation
I'm
Commission.
looking back to my notes from Mike Marcello about the number of members, and process more efficient for the planning board, you could separate it, so when on their agenda, if they're having a meeting just for dimensional relief items, that it could be a, you know, a different
A lighter quorum.
so it would be easier for them to have a quorum. But that was just him
But the
talking.
board itself didn't
I
ask
wrote
this for
notes.
this, right?
Wasn't there something about the alternates couldn't vote unless they attended every single
Right.
meeting? Right.
But he
Well,
said
that was-
that's required.
That was the
It's just
primary
like-
members.
Yeah.
Right.
They couldn't vote if they missed a meeting.
So I guess
No,
we'll,
and
again,
alternates
kick
too.
this back to
Right,
Mike
but if-
Marcello, because if they're having a meeting where it's just a dimensional review, or dimensional relief was the term that he used, then that's not an ongoing case that's been before them. That's just a one-shot deal of someone coming, so maybe it doesn't, maybe alternates would be able to vote on those. Because it's
Why are
not
we
like
getting
they
in the
missed a
weeds
prior
of
meeting,
this?
right, let's just kick it back to Mike Marcello and see what he comes up with.
To me, this is concept supportive but not prioritized is my
Yeah.
take on this one, but, yeah.
Agreed, let's move on.
Because it's been working up to this point.
We want to
Right.
color on there?
No, not that, because we have it up above, right, that we're gonna wait for Marcello on that one.
Should we add it there?
I guess I gotta get another agenda out.
No,
Stat,
'cause-
huh?
no, we've got it here,
Great.
right? Yeah,
Stat.
okay.
Conservation Commission remove town landfill to the monitor storage.
I think that's another no action.
What?
Bring your raincoat
The
to Ireland.
Conservation Commission?
Yeah.
It's the rainy
It
season, I
always
think.
Well,
rains.
actually, yeah, you're right. Let's leave it in there.
Or maybe
because
that's
it says
November.
that they monitor
Every
the
day is
town
the rainy
landfill,
season there.
The environmental impact of the
love
town
Ireland.
landfill.
But
and
it
solid waste
stops.
management.
When the sun
Dublin,
comes
too,
out.
for the first
There's
3
still
days, it doesn't
Yeah.
monitoring going on at the town
No.
landfill,
Mhm.
so let's leave,
This is beautiful.
I suggest we leave that alone.
Yep. So we'll put no action,
Yeah, we'll just leave it. Yeah. 1004, Open Space Land Preservation Commission.
No action.
Oh. 1005.
Recreation coordinator.
I think we should leave that alone.
I
They
do too.
have the ability to hire a
Right, it just
coordinator
says
if
he
they
asked
want
for
one. Yeah,
his commission for feedback, so.
You don't want that in red, like bold red, Nancy?
Not
No,
that
no?
one.
No?
and I was the one who suggested when he comes, I think they do a heck of a job, but
Did you get the pickle court? Do you play pickleball?
No,
Yeah, I don't either.
I tried it once and I.
they're
I
gorgeous.
ran
They're
backwards
beautiful.
and
I
fell
really
off the
heard that
course.
they're beautiful courts
facilitation
and
of
people are
the DPW
thrilled.
responsibility.
So again, this is another one that could be.
But it's like his requests of
addressed through the
help
budget
from the
process.
DPW and all.
That's just up to him to.
Right.
Go see Pat Jones or
They do an
Council.
amazing job.
They
It's
do
just like-
plenty.
So
Yeah.
where are we
And
up
he
to
did
now?
say there's different groups doing different
Cemetery,
parts,
yeah.
like these
1000.
concerts in the summer is a
Yes.
different group.
The concert
Oh,
series.
We got something.
I,
That's a lot.
I wish we had an
So-
Personnel board.
paid
That was the
person
memo.
there, but I don't think we should be.
Came with Jim and Joanne.
Met with Jim and Joanne.
Oh, yeah, they had their
concerned
act
with
together.
sending applications to department heads, having personnel board do screening and
Why is that
interviews.
green? What was that all about?
Should town administrator and treasurer hiring process be
That was
separate?
because of the
Well,
whole.
town administrator
town
should go right to
administrator
the
thing.
council anyway.
They probably had the best presentation of
They
anyone this
did,
year.
they gave us a
They
nice
were-
memo, so that would be, like you were mentioning,
Yeah, they were
Rob,
good.
to have some
Although I thought Bill
documents.
Gerlach was
Supportive,
Yeah.
good.
supportive
Supportive
document.
We can have that one, we can have Bill Gerlach's memo,
Mhm. Very professional.
yeah. So the only thing when I look back through the notes from Mike Marcella, he said that that section is confusing. So if we go to the language that was proposed,
What section is confusing? personnel board?
No, the hiring of the town administrator,
Yeah.
because I think they had some issues with that.
He said, the proposed section, the town council is solely responsible for the hiring of the treasurer. Where,
Of the town
Adding that
administrator
in.
or the town?
so, but then it says, under the personnel board, it says that they are responsible for hiring all positions.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
So
one
I
should
think we
come
need
out
to say
and
with
go
the
under the
exception
council.
of
Because
the
they may
town
choose to do a
administrator
search
and
committee.
town treasurer, because, or not, no, just town administrator.
We wanted to kind of follow the school department, didn't we? We
Looks clear to me.
kind of related to that. Because the idea is, in years past, they wouldn't go through personnel, they'd go have search committees or go beyond, you know,
No,
what
I
the
think, I
personnel.
don't think I don't see a problem with that at all. Their language there, hiring. It had to do with how many,
No, it's
Applications
No, it
they
has
put
to do
forward.
with the personnel board having to hire everybody.
The language of the personnel board, that's what Mike picked up on that.
Yeah,
That needs
because-
to be cleaned up.
They have to hire all personnel.
hire or
No,
No, I mean, they
interview.
have to review the applications.
Correct.
And only send to the council
Correct.
the applications that
So
they
that's
feel
not
qualified.
hiring, that's,
No,
Right.
So
but they have to review it all. But the
Right.
council with the administrator, because see, all these other positions, the administrator
Scroll to the
hires.
section on
He's gonna
the
get what they consider
personnel.
qualified and
Right.
back.
right.
Council might be,
No, do you have?
I think
the-
they should have the right to go out for the town administrator.
You don't have
And we
the
have done it in the
chart
past where
itself
they
up?
got all the applicants delivered right to them and not go through the personnel.
Yep, that's okay. Can
They
you
want
go
to see
section
all the
1007?
applicants and not just the ones sent. We've done it in the past. And I don't blame
I think
them.
that's the story behind the story is what's going on with the town administrator hiring and is that,
Right there.
In the past.
So under
Oh,
general
why, that's all this, yes, it's
should they,
because of what
does the
happened.
personnel board
Yeah,
not have a role with the town
Right.
administrator? And
Right.
for that
Right.
matter,
So
the
the
town
hiring of all
judge,
full
right?
and part-time personnel shall be done through the personnel board. Whereas in the new language for hiring of a town administrator, we say the town council has the sole authority for hiring
hiring,
the town administrator.
right,
Yeah, but those aren't inconsistent.
right.
It just says, that says through the board. That doesn't mean the board makes the hiring decision.
Right.
I'm just not seeing the problem
They,
here.
they screen them all, and they interview, and then they send forward.
Yeah.
It could be one, it could be two, it could be, it doesn't have to be three. It can be.
It can't be, I think it's
It can be,
top three.
If we really want to get into this, though, that when you see the word personnel, that usually means consultants too, which I don't think the personnel board has ever screened consultants. So that's, we haven't really approached that yet, but if the spirit of this is that it's really just W-2 employees.
Well, this
that are-
doesn't
So
say
you
it
put in
limits to
parentheses,
three.
just Not including consultants.
limits to three is different than sending three.
It doesn't say it limits to three.
Do you say that, Rob, as part of the general provisions, that the consultants would fall in that?
Personnel is, personnel, that includes consultants out
What number is it,
in its
Nancy?
ordinary meeting, but I don't think that's the
It's
custom and practice of the town.
1007.
And then even in the second sentence or third sentence, it says employment. So I think the intent is to be W-2 employees only.
I agree with you.
Yes.
So we may want to consider a change, because
Um,
we all know the council hires all kinds of consultants without personnel board
how
input,
would that,
including the town solicitor.
how would that align with or conflict with an RFP for consultant service?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Involving the personnel board.
Doesn't say
You know what
anything
I'm
about
saying?
the
If
town
they're
administrator
looking at
under
bids,
personnel board.
Consultants that have submitted a bid based on an RFP, you wouldn't have the,
Personnel board doesn't look at those normally.
no.
Not that I know of.
No.
Probably not a bad idea if they're willing to do the work, but
I don't know that they would have the expertise to.
I don't. Well, they're just as qualified as the council, in my opinion, but if not more, because they're focused on this. But I just don't think it's the custom and practice of the town to send any grants or consultants through the personnel board. It seems to be just W-2 employees. That didn't solve the question on the town administrator, but it would at least at least comport with. I mean, we could use as a good example as the planner, right? So we have a planner, right? Who's a W-2 position. I think everybody would agree that should go to the personnel board. But if it's a consultant that's often hired, that's never gone to the personnel board, right?
Maybe it's just that language, the town council is solely responsible for the hiring. Maybe it's, but it doesn't make any sense because it's solely responsible for the appointment of the town administrator. But that,
Yeah.
you're right, the process is there isn't a conflict with the process. I think Mike was probably just questioning the language is solely responsible for the hiring.
Yeah. Well, that's
When in
just
fact
policy.
the town
That should be
has
changed, not the
language.
charter. I mean,
And that red is the suggestion of the personnel board,
Yeah.
and I like it. I think the council should be responsible for the town administrator. And they should be reviewing the applications.
But that's not what happened.
that's not what they're saying
It
entirely.
says all applications for the position town admin, they'd review them and then send them all, as opposed to sending the top 3.
So my question was, it says, because of the problem that they had, they only sent forward one. That says applicants. Should it say applicant /
Parentheses,
applicants?
yeah.
Because does it say anything under the personnel board that they're required to put forward 2, 3?
No, I just read it, I didn't see any.
Right.
It used to say
So-
something,
Well, it
but
says that all applications and submissions.
But if
Position
determined to
shall
be
be
qualified by the board, will be interviewed. After the interviews, the personnel board shall recommend to the town council applicants
Yeah. So we said
selected
any-
for
any
further review.
applicants.
Any applicants.
Any applicants. But this is council policy here.
It
This
could
is-
be 1 or it could be 2
Right.
or 3
Right,
or 4.
right.
Sure.
Okay. I think the problem came up that it was only 1. People were like, oh, it has to be more than 1.
That could happen.
No.
because they used, this section 2 was rewritten.
Yeah.
What if
I don't
it's
know
not-
No,
what- probably
I'm
22.
saying it was
But-
fine. That was
yeah.
not a, it was
What
not a
about the
charter.
second, if the second
But they used to
said
always
any
require 3
application,
be forwarded,
Any
that's why.
application.
Yeah, any applicants.
Any
Parentheses,
applicant.
S.
Any applicants selected for further review?
I don't know that makes a difference.
No, I would.
You can't put because in their letter to us, it said above it. Remember they gave us some, language? They
Oh, this
put
is the charter,
applicant
okay.
with applicants, an S in parentheses, right there. See how it says shall recommend to the town council?
Beautiful.
Applicant with
Yeah,
S
see,
in a
the
pos,
last word.
for further consideration, so that means it could be
Applicant.
1
I
or
agree.
more.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah,
Well, that's probably why they added that, so
Yeah.
they could say
yeah,
just
because
one.
it became, it was a problem.
Whoever
And-
wrote
Yeah.
that must have really.
Did they
known what
have
they're doing.
others?
Huh?
Did they have others to send?
4,
They had 4?
But they only
Candidates.
moved forward 1.
1.
Yeah, they should have
felt the
moved
others
forward
weren't
2 or
qualified.
3.
Right, and then-
Council felt
They wanted
they
to see
needed some
all
other
of them.
candidates. Yeah.
Right. Right.
But I have seen applicants come up from the personnel board, 1, and them say they need more applications. They can always refuse, not refuse that one, but say, no, we want more, to make the
But I
final
think the thing is,
selection. Council had the right to do that.
But we shouldn't be we should let the personnel
Yeah.
board do their job.
Right.
And that was my thing, is that the personnel board is there for a reason. They screen everybody.
So what-
Otherwise, can you imagine how much time it would take?
What's the problem we're trying to solve right now?
Yeah.
Language. Language.
Somebody was concerned if it says applicants and there's only one.
Right, so we already
Qualified
fixed it.
applicant.
Whatever
Yeah.
genius wrote that
Yep.
highlighted language already fixed it.
Yeah.
Where'd that language, it came from
I wrote it.
personnel. Oh, you did?
I wrote that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, it's a work of art. But the council might not like this because the council apparently might not want to have to use the personnel board to at least screen.
No.
Or
I
there
think-
seems to be a
no.
story behind the
I think
story that they
want
want
it.
to.
They
want-
wanted
They do.
to
Oh, well, right.
use
So we
it.
have no problem
Right.
here. And then I'm
And someone
raising a
says, "Oh,
potential
charter."
issue that maybe nobody cares about, that technically contractors aren't going to the personnel board. But I'm not looking for trouble here.
Okay, so Harbor and Water
Where is that
Commission,
language? What's it under?
should be balanced.
The personnel part?
Yeah, about that, I didn't see it under the personnel.
Oh, it just says all personnel. Personnel doesn't say employees, it's personnel.
No,
Personnel
no.
are human
You-
beings.
The language that you
Say no
wrote.
action.
is-
Oh, that's in the governance policy.
And
Oh.
which one?
That's not in the charter, or it's in,
708.
Okay.
Should be.
it's
They
in
wanted
council
to get
policies,
back
that
to
can be
us, didn't
changed.
they? The Harbor Commission, they were working on their plan or something. Weren't they working on a plan and they said they get,
Yep, they were.
Yeah.
But, I did reach back out to Clint Clements and did not hear back, so. I
okay,
guess
they're probably
it's-
still, let's
Do you know
probably,
if that's going before the town council
What's
yet,
that?
Donna?
What?
It's a harbor management plan that every town is supposed to have, and ours is in progress, so,
No?
okay.
This one's fascinating to me, because this is the only board or commission I can think of that has, well, requirements, we're talking about requirements, like requirements from different constituencies,
certain
right?
fishermen.
Yeah, I can't
what,
think
the
of any
harbor- harbor
other,
review?
I can't think of any other board or commission that, even all of our positions are at large, there's no wards, right? I mean, this one,
But I guess we're
it's
right on the bay
interesting.
and we need to know that all
yeah, they wanted all.
interested parties
yeah.
are
Yeah, is it?
What's that for?
Represented.
Harbor master? What are you talking
harbor
about?
coastal
Oh.
resources.
Yeah.
What is it,
So-
coastal water management
Oh,
commission?
I think it's
They're,
just important because of where we're located and what,
Yeah, it's important to
Yeah.
have all the,
yeah.
Have it.
So here is it,
although they're
that-
gonna put that
where it
restaurant,
mentions that they have the
yeah.
different people represented.
Yeah.
Recreational boaters, recreational fishermen, commercial fishermen, riparian property.
Oh, boy,
owners, and
that's kind of
conservationists.
important.
Yeah, I think so.
So they give everybody.
And they've
a
never
voice.
had a hard time
Yeah.
filling all, because some of those multi,
But we never say that anywhere else. We never say like on the arts commission,
Yeah.
there needs to be somebody
No.
from the visual arts and from the performing arts and from, you know.
I,
it's just-
I honestly think it's
Yeah.
because of the location of the
Yeah.
town and the fact that we're
It's like
on the water.
And quite a
and
bit
that-
of us are on the
Right.
long front.
And it's in the Rhode Island Constitution that everyone should have access to the water.
did we want that part to go up to the front?
I love it.
that-
So
People
why?
with their rich
1011.
houses that they can't get out of the-
Didn't we
No
say that belonged?
You ever been to
Barbra
Maryland?
Streisand
Wanted-
or
Maryland.
California.
It's awful.
Yeah.
You can't get to the water.
1011.
That's one of
Wait a
Jay's
minute, let me
biggest
see what
things.
it is.
Because he grew up in Rhode Island.
The boards of commission must be electors of the town, members of boards of commission, those in charter shall be elected officials and employees of the town.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I
There's one
think we
person I
said we
just don't
wanted
care
that
about.
moved to the front of the charter, but I mean, it's kind of a housekeeping thing. Remember,
Yeah, I remember that,
it's just the
daughter's a
one that
Swiftie.
says the,
because it just
One of
seems
them.
out of
I'm gonna get
place.
some
no
idea.
member can be
Look for it here.
employees of the town.
Okay.
Do you want an honest answer to that?
Yeah.
No, it can't be an employee. It shall be elected officials or employees on a board or
Just a
commission.
little encouragement.
There's 5 of
Just
us.
sticking around.
You know, we lost a lot of people though when that
Almost
got put in there.
Committee for a minute.
Because
Nancy's still there.
We're going backwards
That's
now.
when they used to be on the recreation and all. I never
gonna
understood why
wrap
that
up
was there to
soon.
begin with.
Yeah,
Arts, who,
See,
well,
just have
could
to come out
somebody
and say
speak
it.
with someone from the Arts Committee?
Nancy, you're
We had a
on, all
note
over that,
that
aren't
they
you?
suggested, removing the line that says,
That's,
3 of the original appointees shall serve 2-year terms, because they have such a difficult time even getting members or even having a meeting.
I think
For
I
the
talked to
arts?
somebody from the arts, didn't I?
Well, you're an artist, here we
Yeah, but I
go.
Yeah,
talked
you
to
s-
some woman, I can't think of her name now.
was it Madeline Diogenes?
No, I know her.
Because she does all those paintings.
Are you a member of the South Coast Art Community?
The whole language here doesn't make sense. All members shall serve a 2-year term with the exception of the first appointees, who shall serve staggered terms.
That also, that's transitory and also nonsensical. I would just take that out, housekeeping.
Make it yellow. Yellow that, baby.
All right.
I don't even understand the second sentence.
Grammatically, it doesn't make sense either, Rob.
Appointed by the administrator and approved by the council. What does that,
Yeah,
what does that
I'm
mean?
just gonna, yeah, I just copied the language.
anybody want anything else on the historical cemeteries? tree
No,
commission?
they're doing a
They
beautiful
all
job.
do a great job.
They're doing a beautiful
so-
job in the
I mean,
cemeteries.
we're lucky to have the volunteers
Yeah,
we
sure
have.
are.
School committee.
In addition to
Now,
the
this
minutes,
one-
Oh, gosh, we're gonna be here
It was
forever.
Diane Farnsworth that said she wasn't representing the whole school
Right.
committee. She was just there with her opinions,
Yeah.
which were helpful.
I'm sorry, if I go too fast, stop me.
Are 5 members enough?
I don't think we had anything highlighted here, did we?
Yeah, but she said they were, I think. Support staggered terms, budget process. She can support it, but these
It was all
comments
just
are her
opinion.
own. The timing of process is problematic. Oh, yeah, she didn't like the timing, because.
Yeah, but
I don't
do we have
think
Yeah, none
control
of us
over the
do.
timing? Some of it is. I
Well,
thought
it's
it
in the
was-
budget
They didn't
process.
get
If
their
it's
final
spelled out
budget finalized
at a
before they
different
were
time,
in
it's
the
But it's
You wanna come
controlled
back
by
to
the,
this?
I thought it
Do
was
I make it
controlled by the.
red?
budget process.
Yeah, let's make it red.
Ah,
Reddit.
Ready?
What are we reading?
School department.
Diane's comments.
All of them?
All right.
All of them, you got it.
Building grounds.
Has she been recalled?
She wasn't even speaking for the school board.
I
ADD
volunteer.
presented to the
Yeah, she doesn't even
TCC.
speak for the school board.
Um,
I can't find this document
All
now.
right, so this is the amendments to the charter.
Oh,
We had the questions,
must
they
be
were answered
bedtime.
by the solicitor.
oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Just came up.
Mommy.
Maybe not to our satisfaction, but
12:05.
short of
Okay.
getting our own attorney. Do we leave this one alone, folks? Amendments to the charter?
I think we
Yes.
leave it alone.
Yes.
leave it alone.
So that should be white, right? No action.
10-4.
Oh, there's a pink one on here.
We'll all.
What's the pink mean?
You like the colors, don't you?
Well,
No,
what's
I'd
the
say that's
pink mean?
magenta,
We don't
magenta,
know.
in my opinion.
Magenta.
Printing the charter?
Rob says it's magenta. Why?
Recall.
It's on town sergeant. Why is it
Yes,
magenta?
that we definitely want. That should be ready.
Make it red?
But we never came up with what our suggestion of a
Okay, so we'll come back to
red,
it.
okay.
It's a concept. We're just gonna put it forward.
So petition for
Well,
override, do we want to revisit?
No, I think we can come up with that one.
The
Language.
petition for
Of
override?
course, we
Override?
know we need, we know we need
Deadlines.
at least 30 to 60 days.
Just to overrule
Deadlines.
ordinance, has that ever happened? You ever seen
No.
an ordinance overruled? So you guys want to lower the signatures? What's the problem here?
No, no.
That
it's
recall
for
we're talking
recall.
about.
Oh, no, I think the chair's moved on to
Oh.
12:10.
we moved on?
Yeah, sorry, we got your red.
Well, we gotta come back to 12:10, 12:09, the recall. I'm just looking at the time and
I'm circling that
Dual
one.
office holding, I believe that's a state law.
Do we want to revisit number of signatures?
I don't
Well,
think we
that's
can hold
part of the
two
recall stuff.
offices.
No,
Oh,
this is
no,
for
overrule.
overriding ordinances, I think.
Yeah,
12:12, petition for overrule.
For overrule?
Except emergency ordinances. All ordinances adopted by the town council except emergency ordinances shall be subject to overrule by referendum.
Hallelujah.
Any changes necessary there?
500 signatures, is that?
I'm not aware of anybody ever doing it or trying.
That's a
No.
healthy
I
number of
mean,
signatures.
if you want to lower it to 301, you could match the FTR, but I think we probably leave it alone. Is there a time frame on it? There's no time frame, right? Let me check.
I don't see
What is
one.
it, 1212, right here.
Is it a percentage of the voters?
Petition for overrule.
That they come up with 500, is it a percentage?
No, this is just for
It's
ordinances.
just a random number.
This is just for,
Says a
yeah.
publication
Yeah.
of any ordinance. Petition.
Why don't we
Signed
have
by
a
not less than
percentage of the
500
voters?
voters must be filed.
No, so we could go on.
Actually, there is a
Contain the
percentage. Look at that.
There should be.
Well, the petition triggers basically an ordinance
By
referendum,
publication
and that
in
one
full.
requires 15% of the total electors.
Okay,
So
so it's,
Any?
I don't even
Visit
think
this?
this even got attention from the last commission, and we had like 137. I mean, I think this one's fine.
So they came up with 500 based on.
but Rob just found
Um,
15%.
500 gets it
The
on a
ordinance shall take
referendum.
effect
Oh.
immediately unless at least 15% of the
Right.
total electors have voted on the referendum. So I don't know where the 500 came from.
No, the 500 triggers
So
a
that's just to
referendum,
get-
Get a ballot, get a referendum.
Oh,
Oh,
got it.
but there's no time frame.
No, so that's
So
over the
500
course
is
of
fine.
3 years, I can go around and beg for signatures
Right.
until I get 500.
And even then, we've never heard it happening. So
By then, that ordinance is,
the only thing that comes to mind is this strange budget process that we have that somehow involves an ordinance. So I don't know if that's something to think
would
about.
that be an
but
overrule?
Maybe you overrule the council
A budget?
taking the casino money and pocketing it over on the side. You try to overrule it that way.
Give
I
a
guess
lot of
you
casino
could.
money
I
to
thought
the-
he was
What's
coming
to
beat me
say
up.
that,
Isn't that what they do?
They gave a lot of casino money to the schools this year.
but
coming to
what's
beat
to
you up.
say
A
that
lot.
that overrule process can't work on the ordinance of the budget
It could.
committee?
It looks like it could.
Everybody wants the casino money.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Okay, what is this dual office?
move
What's
to
the
adjourn.
dual office thing? Because I think that's a state law. Town sergeant would like this change. I don't think you can.
Yeah, we should take that out.
I don't think you're allowed to hold more than one
no elected member
Right.
shall hold more than one elected position.
Right,
No
but he's the
employee of
town
the
sergeant's
town shall
elected,
hold
so
elected office.
That was his point that he made to Rob.
Yeah.
what, that he didn't,
He wanted to be on other boards and committees.
but you
Oh, that's
can't.
elected, but he wanted to be on boards and commissions, that's a town rule.
Right,
Yeah, that was
I
a
don't think we
poor
wanna change
change,
this.
but
Okay.
no.
Does anybody think we need to?
Okay, I make
I move
motion
to
that we,
adjourn. I mean, I second your motion.
retire.
yeah, we're gonna meet
Donna
Monday
made the
anyway.
motion, Nancy second, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
yay, yay, yay.
All right, and next meeting, let's
You're free,
clarify,
free to
Next
go.
week.
I'm sorry,
Next
who,
Tuesday, right?
28th,
who made the
at
motion?
the library.
I did.
Donna?
Okay. Sorry, trying to get it right here.